Entitled mom tries to open my sleeping daughter's stroller, almost loses teeth. Title is pretty self-explanatory, but I still can't believe it happened. Featuring me as myself, Emma's entitled mom, and NK as nice kid. So it's a nice day out, and I decide to give my spouse a much needed mom only time, so I take my girlie out for a stroll. Almost immediately she falls asleep, which is alright considering it was about nap time anyways. Cue the drama. A young girl, probably 6 or 7, comes up to me in the stroller, which is shut so my girlie can sleep without getting sun in her eyes. Nice kid. Oh my gosh, can I see the baby? Me. Sorry kiddo, she's having a nap. If you want, you guys can meet me at the park when I'm all done my walk in a little bit. Then you can say hi. I was going for a walk to a local restaurant for a coffee and a bite, and was gonna head back. The park was pretty much right next door. The little girl sounds a little disappointed when I said sorry, but perked up when I said the park. Then the demon arrives. Entitled mom, let my kid see the baby please. Me, sorry you must not have heard me. She's having a nap right now, but on my way back you guys can meet me at the park and say hi. Entitled mom, ugh we don't have the time for this. Let her see the baby now. She reaches for the top part of the stroller when dad reflexes kick in, and I smack her hand. The commotion causes my daughter to wake up and get fussy. She's only 9 months old. Me, if you do that again, so help me God, you will have broken bones. You hear me? Entitled mom, you're threatening me. I'm going to call the cops. Me, it's not a threat. It's a promise. You touch my daughter, and I will bury you. Entitled mom, you're in a hole. She just wanted to see the baby duck you. Entitled mom exits stage left. I storm off, cool down and go get a che. Holy duck. I honestly don't know what she was thinking. Even offered to let them see her in like half an hour. Some people. Edit. I've gone for dozens of walks and stuff before and never seen those two before. They must either be tourists or just moved here. I really hope they didn't move close to me. Edit 2. I typed the first part weird. I'm baby's dad. Took her for a walk so her mom could have some time to herself. I appreciate all the strong mom comments though lol. I have an 8-month-old. I was feeling that rage and anger to reading your story. I'm glad you didn't hesitate to assure her that it is definitely not a threat. You can threaten me with police. I truly don't give a duck, but so help me God, if someone even sniffed around my child the wrong way, they aren't going to have eyeballs anymore. Bet. Oh, threaten me with the police all you want. It's gonna take them 5 minutes to get here lol. Lol, my oldest is 17 and this still gets my blood boiling. Great job dad for not being a pushover and protecting your kid. Unexpected effect of being a parent. You want to see some primal primate? Go ahead and duck around. Find out real fast. Lol. Once upon a time in a Costco parking lot, a lady was backing her obnoxiously ostentatious SUV around the corner and hit my cart, containing my 9-month-old son, knocking it over. She wouldn't even roll down the window when she realized what she'd done. The crazy broke loose. She was damned lucky I hadn't bought anything in cans that day or so would have been coming through that window. She tried to flee the scene. Off-duty police called it in, and she got what was coming. Moral of the story, don't mess with babies or their parents will come for you. 0. Parents, good work being there for your littles. Oh god, me too. The rage one feels is real. I don't have kids, don't want kids, and even I am feeling aggravated by the entitled mom in this story. Yep, I have a 9-month-old. They would regret it. This isn't a McDonald's. Karen, your powers don't work in the real world. If I tell someone not to go near my infant, and they aggressively ignore that request, or threat to physically threaten them, if they do not back off is reasonable. Yup, everyone thinks it's okay to poke at the baby. Had one reach into the carrier and unsnap his harness before I realized what she was doing. In the grocery store, she caught the back of my hand across her face and acted like I was the a-hole. Really don't have patience for strangers, especially when it came to my sons. For real? Right in front of you? Has she lost her goddamn mind? Everyone should know, if there's a baby, mama isn't far. Considering the fact that you were right there proves she deserved the face slap of a lifetime. She was embarrassed when you slapped her, so she turned it against you. People like that suck. Sounds like attempted kidnapping. Ugh, I hate that nonsense. I had this old biddy at the library try to pull my son out of his pram at the library when he was 6 months old for a cuddle, and she had the high to get offended when I almost screeched at her because she's a pediatric nurse and she's been looking after babies for 30 years. Cool. Get the F away from my baby, you psycho. I don't know you, and I don't want you touching my baby. I had this happen at the mall. Was with my oldest and my infant twin girls. Some rando racks up and says cute, reaches into the stroller and, just before she could grab one, I smacked her hands out of the way and told her to get the duck away. My oldest jumped in front of the stroller to defend her sisters and the lady tried to push her out of the way. I shoved her and she went flying. I don't get why some people think kids are just objects they're allowed to grab without any care. When I was 6 or 7, a random lady at the supermarket was talking to my mom. My dad and I caught up to her and the lady said that I was cute and tried to touch my cheeks. I took a step back, but the lady didn't take the hint and tried again. I don't know why, but my reaction at 6 or 7 was to bite her. She was so offended and looked at my parents. Look what your kid do. Aren't you going to do something about this behavior? To which my dad angrily answered, yes. Try to touch my son without his permission again, and you will have much serious problems than a bite. He still told me off for biting instead of talking, but not in front of the lady. I had my 1-year-old nibbling with me, and this random woman in a mall tried to forcibly take her out of my arms. BC, she wanted to take pictures with her. Just WTF. I love that your oldest was just as ready as you to throw hands as a fellow big sister. We do not mess around. I had a friend who said a woman at Walmart, a complete stranger mind you, stuck her finger in her daughter's mouth to see if she was teething. If that were my child, the cops would have been called on me for sure. Jesus, I wouldn't pet someone's dog without permission. Touching infants without parents' permission is unthinkable to me. Something is really wrong with this type of person. Happened to me while I was going to a store with my friend's sister who he has custody over, but lives with me because his friend's father shot him. I can tell you, after arresting this little piece of the entitled mom, I sued her for everything possible. Just wanted to add that my friend's sister has a very bad trauma. Oldest deserves a treat. Why do people think it's okay to just pick up a stranger's baby? What the actual duck? If this had happened to me ever, I'd get so insanely angry. God damn it, just reading about like this makes me angry. My oldest daughter had very curly, Shirley Temple hair when she was younger, coupled with the chubbiest little cheeks. It's crazy how many strangers would immediately come up to her and touch her hair. She is incredibly social and personally didn't care, but I did, because she needed to know her body was hers, and boundaries are a healthy thing. I also didn't want her to learn it was okay to touch other people. It's amazing how so many people feel okay stepping over children's personal space. I have super ringlet curls and the number of goddamn people that ask to touch my hair is unbelievable. Who the duck does this? I'm in awe of the number of posts in this thread where people have tried to touch their kids. First of all, don't ducking touch people. Secondly, don't ducking touch people. Jesus ducking Christ, it's like people were raised in the ducking wild and are shocked Pikachu when told not to ducking touch someone. It's enraging. I was the same. I had some very curly red hair, which I still have, but people don't usually touch other adults' hair. Usually. One day my mom was out with me in my stroller, and it had been a long day, and I was cranky, and this lady comes up and goes to touch my hair, and I growled at her, and she looks at my mom like she should scold me or something, and my mom just goes, well, you didn't ask her. I was definitely old enough to talk at that point, but growling got the point across, and mom wasn't gonna discourage it. My mom told me back when my little sister was like 1 or 2, they were walking around Walmart, and while my mom's back was turned, some women legit just came up and pick up my sister. My mom turned back around and she was just sitting there with my sister on her hip talking about how cute she was. And when my mom tried to take her back, the lady acted like she wasn't going to hand her over, like, man, that lady is lucky 12-year-old me wasn't there for that grocery run, cause I would have made quite the racket. I bought a sign for my youngest to hang on the stroller which says I'm cute and cuddly as you can see, but please wash your hands before touching me, thank you. I had so many strangers try to touch my oldest when we were out in public. Ones that come to mind are the lady who played with her feet on the bus, the old woman who attempted to kiss her face, and another woman on the bus who tried to touch her hands. I don't get why people think it's okay to touch a baby they don't know. I tend to freeze up in situations like that, hence why I got a sign lol. I was checking out at grocery store once W/1 yo in the cart seat. I turned to put something on the conveyor belt and two women approached. Didn't think anything of it. We see the registers were lined up facing each other, so I thought they were going to the register behind me. They stopped to smile and look at baby. Then they started to lift baby out of the cart. Nearly lost my sh. I don't know what's wrong with people. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell for more videos. Also like the video if you enjoy it.